So if you want to make money and get above that, make some noise. Like, make some noise. Come on.
Woo! Let's go! Make money.
For those who don't know me, my name is Keenan Butler. I'm one of the trading educators for the platform you're about to see. And, this is, everybody give a round of applause for Robbie. I think he's outside getting everybody in. But, everybody give a round of applause for him.
Hey, Robbie!
But I'm really excited y'all decided to take the time out to see what is going on, something that you can take advantage of for yourself to really create a new level of life, a new elevated life for you. So now I'm not going to take up too much time because we have some really good individuals that's going to be, showing you a blueprint. And a blueprint, it can build a building like this, but it can also stay in the closet and never get worked on. So this is a blueprint. So if you decide to take it and use it and follow that blueprint, you can build something for yourself. So the person I'm about to bring on, he's someone who's had a lot of success, who knows exactly what this platform is and knows exactly the industry. He's had a lot of success in this industry. And when it comes to helping people, when it comes to coaching people, he was able to coach hundreds of people to learn the skill set that they can take and make the type of money that they want to make, regardless of who tells them what. They don't have to talk to anybody. He's been able to do that for a lot of people. And if you pay attention, like I said, this is a blueprint. We're going to give you a blueprint. It's up to you to build on that blueprint. But if you pay attention to what he says, you'll be able to have a lifestyle and an income and a fulfillment for yourself that, maybe you were looking for, maybe you're on your knees praying for, maybe you're having your pre-New Year resolutions for. We could start now. New Year's doesn't have to start on New Year's. It could start right now. So the person that I'm going to be bringing up, in this industry, he's been able to make people's monthly incomes in one day. And like I said, he's here. He doesn't have to be here. And if you want to really make something happen, then pay attention to him. So none other than, I'm bringing him up, none other than my man, Brian.
Woo, what's up, Brian?
What's up? Thank you so much. Hey, real quick, can we just give one more round of applause for Keenan?
Let's go, Keenan! Woo.
I admire Keenan a lot because he's the definition of a professional. And something that I kind of caught up right before he said some people were literally praying on their knees for an opportunity like this. I really like that because first of all, before I even get started, I want to confirm with everyone real quick. Do y'all want me to give you like the show talk, or would y'all rather me just give y'all the real talk?
Real talk.
All right, let's get the real talk. Some of y'all, do y'all want show talk or real talk? Come on, let me hear it. All right, so normally, like I said, I say that because I have like a whole script I normally do, but I'm kind of feeling the energy of the crowd, and you're like, y'all don't want that shit.
Let's go.
Let me just tell y'all a little bit about what I think, because you kind of got me pumped up when you said that thing about people praying on their knees. Like, I'm not going to lie. Raise your hand if you agree that us as human beings, we're God's highest form of creation.
Yup.
Right? Everyone's hand should be up. Right? Literally, we're God's highest form of creation. I get really passionate about it because I tell this story every single time. Right? This is pretty much how I grew up, guys. And I'm only telling you guys this, not to impress you guys, but to try to leave an impression. Because when I first got started in this kind of shit, I was literally sitting in the back of the room with my arms crossed, and everything that the dude in the front of the room was saying, I was just literally just clicking my tongue. I was like, what does this guy know, right? And the only reason I had that mindset was because I grew up speaking twice as much as I listen. And I'm a firm believer that people should be listening twice as much as they speak. And the reason I say that is because, for example, when I very, very first got involved in this stuff, I had my homeboy AJ. By the way, he just touched the 2 Comma Club at the age of 23, right? He's a millionaire. But 4 or 5 years ago, I'm gonna be real with you, he was my drug dealer. So he would call me and he'd be like, yo, Brian, this is literally the day that's imprinted in my mind. He said, yo, Brian, I have something called Forex for you. And I'm like, I don't want to take ecstasy. And he's like, no. Like, Forex isn't drugs. It's like, it's a way to make money. And I'm like, I don't want to sell drugs for you either. And then he's like, Brian, Forex isn't a drug. It's called foreign exchange. It's literally a way for you to make money by tapping numbers and phones on your phone, right? So I literally ignored him for 4, 5, 6 months because I'm like, dude, what does this guy want from me? Is he trying to sell me on something? Like, I know you're trying to get me to come to this meeting because you want me to, you're trying to sell me on something. That was the biggest thing. And it was like 5 or 6 months later where I'm still in the same position, working the same exact job, and our salon calls me and he's like, yo, bro, what's up? And I literally was kind of in tears because I'm over here still working the same job and he's posting captions like on Instagram, like catch flights, not feeling. And I'm over here like catching feelings and shit. I'm like, damn, dude, you really blew up in like 6 or 7 months. He went from making nothing to making a 7-figure income at the exact same age as mine, right? And one of the main things that I told him, I was like, yo, bro, I'm like, well, actually, he told me, he was like, yo, Brian, he's like, you gotta do what they do, say what they say, and you're gonna get what they got every single time. And I was kind of confused by that because essentially, my parents used to own restaurants, right? Growing up, my parents were kind of well off. And I used to tell them like, yo, bro, my parents said this isn't a good business model because they own restaurants and they know business. And then he kind of hit me with that, yo, Brian, let me ask you this. Is your mom and dad driving the dream car that you want to have, right? I always had a picture of a Ferrari on my phone. I was like, no. He's like, do they have the house of your dreams, right? Raise your hand if growing up, you used to look at mansions and Lamborghinis and you'd be like, I'm gonna get that one day. I don't know how, but I'm gonna get that shit one day. I think a lot of us were like that, and I was the same way. I just didn't know what to put my motivation and energy into, right? So literally, he's kind of like, Brian, you're like, your parents don't have the Ferrari you want, your parents don't have the mansion that you want, so they're not gonna be able to teach you how to get those things. And I was on FaceTime with him, and I was like, shut the fuck up. You don't know my mom or my dad, right? I literally kind of just told him to fuck off. So the reason I tell that story every single time was because I was speaking twice as much as I listened. And that's the reason that he managed to make $1 million in my face before I even knew what was what, right? So, like I said earlier, guys, I tell this story every single time. I had a call about a year ago, right? And it was a wife and a husband. And they called me up, and this lady is literally like in tears, right? And she's like, Brian, and I'm kind of freaking out. I'm like, why are you crying? I just helped you make like an extra $700-800 a month. And she was like, no, Brian, these aren't tears of sadness. These are tears of joy. And I couldn't figure it out. And she pretty much explained to me, she was like, I know $800 a month doesn't seem like a lot to you, Brian, but for me, it was enough for me to be able to stay home and watch my 2-year-old grow up, right? Because if it wasn't for that extra $800 a month, she couldn't stay home and she had to hire a nanny. And that's when I kind of just broke down, because me personally, growing up, I remember having a conversation with my parents. Now, you guys gotta understand, my parents weren't rich, but my mom drove a Porsche, and my dad pretty much drove something equivalent to a Lamborghini. And I remember having a conversation with them, and I was like, guys, if we could give up the Porsche and we could give up the Lamborghini, would I be able to see you more? Because I only was able to see my dad maybe twice a month. Same thing with my mom. So growing up, I had all the toys and everything I can imagine because my parents were rich. But what is richness if you don't have time freedom? So, like, I promise you guys, I know when you guys came up here, you guys went on Snapchat, you guys viewed everything, you guys, wow, this is a beautiful place. If you guys go look in the parking garage, there's probably about $30 million worth of cars in there, right? And I'm saying that, again, not to impress you guys, but to leave an impression. Like, when I asked JC the other day to give me a bag to throw away my trash, I thought he was gonna bring me a grocery bag. He brought me a fucking Louis duffel, and I was like, damn, what the hell? And what I'm trying to say is that when you start to get in those circles, that's when you start to elevate your paradigm, right? When I first talked to Robbie, him and me were literally sitting in the back room and some dude was talking and we were like, this guy doesn't make shit, right? 2 or 3 years later, now we're the guys in the front and people are probably like, damn, these dudes don't make shit. But every time Robbie checks the time, he sees what? $11,000 on his Rolex? And like I said, I know I keep talking about money, right? But the whole moral of the story isn't that we're money. Someone the other day called me money hungry. And I'm not the type of dude to take offense, but that kind of hurt my feelings. Because I try to explain to them the story of like, it's not about the money, it's about the time freedom, right? Because even if you're making $200-300 an hour, we don't really know how much time we have left, right? Even if you're making $1 million an hour, but you knew you were gonna pass away next week, would you be satisfied with that? You'd be like, hell no, I only got 7 days left on this earth. Money is not a product. So growing up, when that babysitter told me, when that lady told me that she didn't need to get a babysitter anymore for her kid, that's when I broke down because I realized this isn't even about the money. Like, yeah, you know, it literally gets to the point where it's like, yeah, I care about money so little that I want to have unlimited amounts of it because I don't think it's fair that as human beings, we need to pay for shelter, water, food. Like, it literally costs money to live. And if we don't have those things, then we're not able to be with our families. So that's why I wake up in the morning, I get super excited because somebody, going back to what Keenan was saying, is that pretty much that I'm always encountering people who tell me the same thing. They're like, bro, I was praying for something like this because I know this isn't the way people are meant to live, right? Now I'm gonna end it on this note real quick. Just let me ask a couple of you guys a few questions. Min, what did you want to be when you grew up?
A doctor?
A doctor?
Never happened.
Okay, what did you want to be when you grew up, Eric?
I want to work.
You didn't even want to work, right? Robbie, what you want to be when you grow up? An entrepreneur. What about you, bro?
Same. Entrepreneur.
JC? Engineer. Okay, so damn it, that messed up my point. I was actually gonna say something. You shouldn't have said that. But look, the point is, Jojo, what'd you want to be when you grew up? Parker. There you go. I like that shit. There you go, Parker. There you go! I wanted to be an astronaut, bro! Okay, and this is why I'm saying that, is because when we're in kindergarten and you ask a kindergartner, what do you want to be when you grow up? I promise you, he's not going to say petroleum, chemical, whatever the fuck engineer. No one once grows up and says, I want to be an accountant. Like, what is that? But as you get to high school, you get to middle school, then you get to high school, and then as you get closer to college, they kind of beat the dreams out of you, right? It's like, no, NFL player, that's not realistic. Astronaut, that's not realistic, right? But we're in kindergarten, that's a perfectly valid goal. So I get passionate up here because I want to let people know that if you have a dream, right? I ask people the hypothetical and the rhetorical. It's pretty much like, if you had $1 million today, would you be doing what you're doing right now today? Probably not. You'd probably be on a beach somewhere, right? And we're trying to get people to that. So in 20, 30 years, all right, you know how 30 years ago, they had the Industrial Revolution, right? Where a bunch of people went from blue-collar workers to white-collar workers, meaning factory jobs to office jobs. In 20, 30 years, they're gonna have something called YPR. The YPR revolution is the young people revolution. People who said, yeah, I'm gonna be a dentist, but I'm gonna own dentist and work practice when I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna be a lawyer, but I'm gonna own law firms and practice whenever I want to, because money isn't an object and we're doing it because that's our passion. So in 5, 10, 20, 30 years, when they have a movie called The Young People Revolution, y'all got two options. Y'all can either buy tickets to go see that movie, or y'all can be in that motherfucking movie.
Let's
Everyone
go!
give a round of applause to JC.
How's it going, everybody?
Let's go.
Raise your hand if you're here to win.
Oh yeah.
Raise your hand if you're already winning and you want to win more.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? We're all here to win. We're all here to make more money. We're all here to take the more opportunities that God has blessed us with, right? And then so in that path of while you're doing things, feel free to come in. In that path of while you're doing things, we're gonna experience hurdles. We're gonna experience hurt, pain, right? The many things that life goes through, that puts us through, and we have to overcome that, right? We all go through those simple things, and it's the same thing that I go through, and that's what pushed me to be where I am today, right? Because we all have we all have our experiences that we go through. It's super important to us as we came up, right? No matter if you were in an apartment, whether you didn't come up from money, you know, whether if you just started trading or if you are starting your own business, right? We're all trying to come up in our own ways and adapt to this new lifestyle that really America has blessed us with, right? Mm-hmm. And it's the only choice that we have. So what I'm doing here today is to give y'all a cheat code, a way to you know, advance in life a little bit faster, right? Using technology, right? Does anybody here right now use technology to advance their lifestyle?
Alexa.
Awesome. Yeah, right. Alexa. There's many different things that we all use, right? So that's the same thing that we do in the trading markets. So who here has left the country before? Right? So let's say that we all went to Mexico, right? They have pesos. We have USD dollars. Once you go to Mexico, you have to exchange your money for pesos, right? So right now we have $1, we exchange it for $16, right? And 10 years before, we exchange it for $24 right now, right? 10 years before, we might have only got 16 pesos for that same dollar, right? Now people, they do that all around the world. And we do that straight from our phones anywhere in the world, right? Besides 5 countries that is not allowed to trade in. Which if you have that visionary mindset, you can already experience. Imagine the whole world but except 5 countries. Where as long as you have Wi-Fi, you have a device, you're able to multiply your income, compound your income, right? Mm-hmm. Understandable? So yes, so that's what we're going over today. We're going over automating your income, which I'm gonna go about a little bit over the PowerPoint, right? Just to give y'all more information and have a little bit of structure to the event, and also give y'all the opportunity to ask questions and really just go from there. I'm sure who has traded before? Right? So a lot of us are in the crypto space, we're in the stock space. Myself has traded stocks, options, Forex, crypto, I'm in NFTs, right? I'm all over the board. So my goal is to be able to help y'all skip the hurdles, because I've invested into a lot of different investments where some were scams, some where they were good investment opportunities, but they didn't end well, and I have my own experience. But if you have your own mindset, you know, and your own work ethic, you know that when you sign up for something and when you do something, it's different from when somebody else did it, right? He might sign up and lose money, but I'm gonna sign up and I'm gonna make money because my mindset is different than this person's, right? So that's the main thing that you wanna go over. And you wanna win honestly in life. It's not only about these robots, it's about winning in life. And that is what my mission is, to be genuine and to be able to help all of y'all win in no matter what aspect you are trying to invest in, right? Right now, this is an opportunity to be invest into not only the Forex market, but the stock market, the crypto market, and really all the investing markets, period, right? Because Forex alone is 7.8 trillion. Right, every day, 7.8 trillion is traded every single day. So there's enough for every single body in here to make their portion, right? Oh, you're good. Are you gonna click next for me? So I don't think the video is gonna work. So the difference between the different sectors of life, right? You have employees, the people that work for somebody. You work for an hourly wage, all right? I'm not gonna go over all these squares, but you definitely can see the difference. You know, you're either a business owner, you're self-employed, or you're an investor. Where I'm an investor. I invest into any company that I feel that's legitimate, that I feel that's gonna give me a great return, and that's the same thing I'm presenting you with, an opportunity that's a long-term growth, right? So, no matter if you're an employee or a business owner or self-employed, they all have their different sectors that make a lot difference in what you're doing, right? No matter if you're a business owner, you need money to invest. Right? You need money to be able to scale, advertise, and different things like that. With self-employed, right? It's long hours, right? It's residual income that you're aiming for, but at the same time, you're self-employed, you're counting on that money to pay your bills. Where someone that's an employee, they have a consistent income, but they're stuck to that income. There's nothing that's gonna get them out of that income unless they enter one of these other categories, right? Cool. Next. So what we're doing here is leveraging technology to get us out of these other three categories, to get us into that investor category where we have financial freedom and time to spend with our family and friends and do what we want to do in life, right? Like Brian was asking, what do you really want to do in life? A lot of our options have changed because of what life has provided for us, right? We've all changed from where I want to be an engineer has turned into where I want to be a trader, and I want to be able to change the generations to come. Right? My goal is not to be simple, it's to be more than average. I want to be great, right? Everybody's different, so we're using technology to get us there faster, right? Technology is the same thing that a human can program, but we're programming them to do them faster, smarter, quicker, and in more advanced way. Cool.
Word.
Yes, sir. So every robot, right, has a developer. They have created the robot so that way it's based on their strategy. So no matter if you're a trend trader or counter trend trader, if you're beginning in trading, this is the opportunity for you to be able to learn not only the Forex market, but the stock market and the crypto market, right? Every developer has a call once a week, every Friday, where you can copy their accounts. Whether it's from $1,000 to a 100K account, depending on your account size, you can also make profits in the market, right? Go ahead. So yeah, we also have trade rooms. So say for the people that want to learn how to manually trade, right? If you want to manually trade how I do, where you're placing, there's only 2 buttons you can click, right? They say trading is the second fastest way to get rich in the world. There's only 2 buttons. It's either buy or sell, right? Mm-hmm. So you click one of the 2 buttons, either you're making money or you're losing money. A lot of people, they join, either they lose money and they say this is not for me, and someone else benefited on the other side of the world. And a lot of people like me, my first trade, I made $1,500 off Facebook, right? And I was in it for life. And I'm here till today. That was 4 years ago, I'm still trading, right? So we have trade rooms where you can learn from professionals, right? They're millionaire traders. They are trading in the 1% category, where 90% usually fail. And we're in that 10% that use algorithms and technology to be able to get ahead. And we also have the mentors that are getting us, more advanced, faster, quicker, and things like that, right? Because that is the goal, right? To skip the hurdles, right? So next. That's the video. Awesome. So yeah, I appreciate everybody for coming too. I'm gonna go over a little bit of the robots that we have. So for example, we have Flash right now that's doing 30% a month. So if you put $1,000 in your account, right, today, and then in a month, you'll have $300 because you're doing 30%. The next month, you'll do $480 because you have $1,300 in your account. So it's constantly compounding. Where in a month, you can have, in a year, you can have up to 25K from that $1,000 balance, right? And then 2 years from now, you're hitting about 300K. It's about long-term growth and compounding your money, right? So yeah, no, you're good. So we have Variable, it's the bank trading robot. It's just like right now. If you look at your savings account, sometimes y'all see 0.01 to 0.3% a year in your bank account, interest paid. That's the same thing Variable is doing, except it's giving you more of a percentage every month, where they're giving you that only once a year, right? So when you see that 0.01%, they are literally trading your money in the markets right now, right? So we also have Neo the Legend that trades in certain pairs. We have Arrow, which is a manual trading indicator. So for who in here is in crypto, right? Y'all are buying the dips, right?
Yeah.
Everybody here is buying the dips. Anybody buying the dips?
Yeah.
I'm buying the
Right?
dips. I wanna buy them.
That's definitely what you want to do. You're going to be buying the dips. But how do you know when to buy the dips? How do you know when to exit on your trades, right? You need an indicator, or you need some type of strategy to help you maximize your profits in these markets. And that's exactly what Arrow does. It's a 24/7 profit indicator that basically sends you your signals, sends you your trades, and you can copy them or you can scan the market yourself, right? It has different risk management from, placing your take profit, stop loss in a cash perspective. And even the same thing for the stop loss, right? Moving your stop loss into take profit and different things like that. So no matter what type of trader you are, if you're a crypto, stock, options, Forex, we have different robots to go through every type of market, right? So no matter if you're a beginner trader and you have no idea how to trade, we have Gearbox, which is gonna scan the entire market for you. So you don't have to choose what pairs to get in. We already have the levels and certain entries that we expect the market to get into, right? So it's all about, we have the system in place. It's all about you joining and starting and getting your money into the system, which is just a robot that's going to trade for you depending on the market that you're into, right? No matter if it's stocks, like I said, options, because I like to be diversified. I'm in every market. If you come to me with a great investment, I'm going to listen with an open mindset, and I'm going to be coachable because I want to know, you might be successful and I want to be successful too, right? So that's what we're doing. We're helping each other as a team, and we're building and growing and getting to that point a lot faster, right? Cool. Next. So for example, this is Variable. You choose what you want to trade. No matter, like I said, I like to say this over and over because I want you to be able to diversify. So no matter if it's stocks, options, like as you can see right here, this is Forex right now, but you can actually trade crypto using this robot, right? You tell it, hey, I'm trying to make $10 a day. I'm trying to make 10% a day, right? It's easy for a robot to do that, but when you're doing it yourself, when you're putting in the numbers and trying to do the math, does anybody know that's trying to trade? That's not easy to cost average your trades, especially when you're in the losing side of things. So when you have an algorithm, when you have a robot and you have a team to help you through that, it makes things 10 times easier, right? Also, like I said, you have Gearboxes scanning the market, right? As you can see, this account right here made $500. It's just literally scanning the Forex market for you. That's what Gearbox does. If you're more experienced and more advanced, you're able to tap into other sides of the market. All right? Go ahead. Nah, I'm not doing the risk disclosure. So, does anybody have any questions for me before I keep going? Anybody got questions? Yes, sir.
Does this work long term?
Yes, sir. So what the whole point of this is compounding your account. If you start off with 1,000, you get 40% a month. In a year, you would be at $56,000 in a year, right? If you double that, you would be at over 500K compounding your account, doing 40% a month. Do the numbers if you want to compound. The point of these robots is to pay for your monthly and also pay for some profit. Whether it's paying bills, whether if you have kids, whether it's you just want to make extra profit in the markets and you want to live a better lifestyle and travel, right? This is the opportunity for you to be able to invest your money and do that no matter what you're doing in the world. Like my friend here, he's a dentist. He can't be on his phone 24/7, right? So he needs something that's going to be able to compound his account, right? Awesome. And as you can see, that's what we do, long-term growth, right? This is over 6 months. This was September 20th, right? Now this person only started with $773, but they made $549. They were doing at least 14% a month. There's no investment that I know that you're going to get into other than cryptos and NFTs that are going to pay you 14% a month. Yes, sir.
So does that mean I never take a loss?
No, that does not mean you never take a loss. When it comes to losing, it's your own risk management. We all set our own equity protectors. So for me, my account, if I have $1,000, I set it to 60%. So if my account went $600 negative, my robot will close me out of all trades and I'll be at $400, right? And that gives me more, for me, that's more room for the robot to make my profit and still be able to trade within the markets, right? So that's a great question. So you choose your risk management. You choose whether you want to be conservative, moderate, or aggressive. Where different robots, like for example, Gearbox has only 3 buttons, where you're either choosing conservative, moderate, or aggressive, right? You put your money in your account, you tell it how much you're willing to make, whether it's 15% a month, 100% a month. The difference is, say I'm driving a car, right, 200 miles an hour, and Kevin's driving a car 60 miles an hour, and we're both racing to Florida. Whose car is gonna last longer? His, right? Because he's not gonna need an oil change, he's not gonna need tires changed, where me, I'm gonna need to do a lot of more maintenance on my car. Same thing with the robot, right? It's doing the maintenance, right? So if I put mine to 100% a week and he puts it to 100% a month, his probably will last longer, right? I might make quick money, but you gotta think of the flip side of things. What if you lost 100% in a day, in a month, right? So you gotta have an equity protector, which me and Keenan and Robbie and the people that have been in this industry, right, would help you determine which robot you need to use, which, depending on your initial investment, and we'll help you choose depending, the type of trader you are and different things like that, If you're a trend trader, you're trading crypto, you want to be on, for example, variable, where you can choose different cryptos to get into, right? You wouldn't choose Gearbox if you're trading crypto. Yes, sir.
What's the fastest way to make money, and is there a risk?
Right, so the fastest way to make money, that's a great question. The fastest way to make money is to honestly use variable. It's to learn, it's all about effort. The more effort you put in, the more you learn to do this. What took me 4 years to learn, they honestly have a platform and the resources for you to be able to learn this overnight, right? It's all about how much effort you put in and really just about your work ethic. Like I was saying in the beginning. My work ethic, it might be different from Eric's or might be different from Keenan's, where I'm up all night, I don't have bills to pay, I don't have kids. I can spend my time and my money that I have on these markets and really test them, right? Honestly, at the end of the day, you can demo an account. When I first started, these robots were $400 a month, right? Just to start. So what I did is I paid the $400, I invested, and then I tested my account on a demo account. I saw that, hey, I need to make at least 40% to be able to cover my monthly fee, right? So that's exactly what I did. I sought out to do that, and then eventually, I found settings that were good enough that I was making not only 40, it went to 80% to 150%. And I was able to help people all around the world not only create residual income, but passive income through trading. They not only learned that, they learned a whole new skill, all right? So cool. Keep going. So yeah, over time, no matter the amount that you deposit, the more you deposit, say you deposit 10 grand, right? And you do 30% a month. That's 3K, right? If you only put in 1,000, that's 300%. So the amount you put in does make a difference, but it's about growing your account over time. Cool? Let's go. Cool. Anybody else have any questions? Nope? All right, cool. So, if you started with a $500 balance, you didn't contribute anything a month for, that's about 5 years? 5 years? And you did 8% a month, right? With a $500 initial investment, that would turn into 50K a year. 50K in 5 years, right? So every year, you would be compounding your account. You would literally be growing, right? So I believe 8 times 12, that's 48. You're doing 48% a year with a $500 investment, right? Yes, sir.
Is that guaranteed?
That's not guaranteed. When you're trading, nothing is guaranteed. When you're investing, nothing is guaranteed, right? Putting a $500 investment, that is a little bit more risky. We do recommend $1,000 per pair. Why? Because you need to be able to have that room for your robot to work. If you only have $500 and you put in your account to 200%, not even 50%, that means your account can only go into $250 in drawdown, and then it's closing you out of all trades. Where if I have a $10,000 account and I put it to $50,000, that's putting me, I have a 5,000 level of margin. Does that make sense? So the amount you put in is about the margin level, it's about the percentage, right? So even if you just started and we're saying, hey, let's just start as a $1,000 general base. 40%, you make 400. If you're risking 40%, you lose 400. That puts you at $600 or you make $1,400, right? That's a 1-to-1 ratio, right? So depending on your risk tolerance, that's what will help you decide. And that's pretty much how we go about it, right? Keep going. It's all right, we keep going. I'm not doing the penny a day. So, I know, right? But how it works is, right, we have multiple robots. So, we have access passes. So you can buy one access pass and you can choose any robot that you want depending on your trading style or your risk investment, right? So, if you want to try out all 4 robots, you would use all 4 robots, which is called the Platinum Pass, right? And the reason why you would do that is to diversify. Every robot trades differently. While one might trade crypto, one might trade forex pairs, one scanning the market for you at the same time, right? While another one is manual trading. Cool?
No, not cool. So, does it matter what type of style I want to trade?
No, we have robots for every type of style of trader. So no matter if you're a beginner.
So I can be conservative or aggressive if I want to.
Yes, the difference is how much money you're risking to make money, right?
Okay. So you risk appetite.
What'd you say?
You risk appetite?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Where someone might have more bills, they might have their last $1,000, they need to be more conservative. Someone else might have $1,000 and they don't care about that 1,000.
So basically, it works for really anybody.
Yes, exactly.
There's
It
a
works for
plan
any type of trading style, any type
I'm
of
a conservative
investment.
guy. I'm a conservative guy.
I got you.
I don't need the 50% increase in a month.
Right.
I just need 5-10% a month.
Exactly.
So you guys have something for me.
Right, so that's what most of our robots do. They are minimum are doing 5 to 10% a month, right? That's the most conservative settings. That's doing $1,000 per pair, right? And that's going like, depending on which robot you choose is the amount of drawdown you'll get. But as you onboard, we will help you choose which robot and we'll walk you through the steps, right? And there's also videos that walk you through all of that. Next. So that's the video. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. We have indicators. Now I've already went through all this. We have live trade rooms. We have educators, millionaire educators. If you're into binary options with Forex, our mentor literally went from 14K to 800K in 4 days live trading in our face.
Shut
right?
the hell up. 800?
14K to 800K in 4 days trading binary options. If you don't know, that's money in minutes, right? That's ridiculous, but that is how profitable Arrow is, right? For manual traders. Right now, a lot of people, they do lose, but when you have a millionaire educator that's teaching you and telling you what trades to take, it's a different aspect, right? You're looking at the markets a completely different way, right? And that's what they have. They have 10 different strategies using Arrow, so that way it helps you not only in stocks, options, but in Forex and in binary options. Keep going. Cool, now keep going. So yeah, our president, Chris Simonian, he's brought several companies to over $1 billion, right? Beachbody, what's the other one, bro? I know you know. Herbalife, and different things like that, right? So he's the person that I've actually talked to. You can see on my Instagram. I took pictures with. He's actually mentored me a little bit, talked to me about just connecting with other people, right? Because honestly, at the end of the day, it's not only about the robots, but it's about helping people. It's about being genuine and trying to figure out what they need in their life to help them grow in a different aspect, right? Because there's always levels to life. So yeah, keep going. Also, we have a chief analysis marketer. So if you're like, hey, I'm not a financial advisor, right? But we also have a financial advisor who gives us advice once every week. He posts on YouTube what he feels about the markets, what we should get into, what we should avoid, right? So we have, like I said, these millionaire educators that are teaching us and educating us on these markets. Go ahead. Right? So, like I said, no matter if you started with one robot, you have, every week you can switch robots. So even if you started with a robot today and you're like, hey, I don't like this robot, you can switch over, right? You can try a different one. Maybe it's not your trading style and you want to try a different trading style. That's what you can do. We definitely make it easy for people to access everything and all the educational parts that we do have in the videos. So it's just about tapping in, like I said, getting into the system. Go on. Even if you want to, and we also have, even if you want to start with a demo account, if you're like, hey, I don't have enough money to start, but I have enough money to pay for the access pass, I want to know what my money's going to do, you can also start with a demo account, right? Like I said, I tested my money before I put in my real money to see what it was, to make my profits. Also, Auvoria Prime is the first trading platform to create a social media part to their platform, right? So just like Twitter, Instagram, as you can see, I have my Twitter, Facebook, and my Instagram right here. This is Auvoria Prime Social. You can create your own profile, right? You can message, do the same thing, put in your trades, the same thing you would do on normal social platforms, but except you can do it in a way where you can be a trader, right? And no one's looking at you like, oh, I don't want to follow them. This is mainly for traders, right? So you can put your experiences, your questions, your reviews, whatever you feel, talk to other developers and mentors. That's what we're here to do, right?
Is that you right there?
That's me.
With the lamp on the back?
Yeah, that's
what?
me. I have videos on my promos. Keep going. So you got to decide how you want to be diversified, decide what you want to do in these markets, decide if it's even made for you to invest, right? This is not something that's made for everybody. I'm going to be honest with you. Some people do not have it in them to invest, right? They're stuck in their mindset. They're stuck whatever they've been going through, whether it's, life giving them hurdles, and life pushes you further and further down, right? You got to find some way to overcome those. I've been through my own hurdles. Honestly, my biggest why is seeing my mom, seeing my sister wake up every day and having to go to work, right? Seeing my uncle. The other day, last weekend, I helped my grandma at a craft show, right? Even though she loves doing craft, I'm thinking like, man, I really wish I could pay someone to help her do this, right? Help her make her life easier. So I have to figure out a way to break the generational curse that I feel like I have, right? A lot of us, my parents, they're not from this country. Whose parents aren't from this country?
I don't know.
Right? They teach us, go to school, be a doctor, an engineer, get a degree. Well, my mom told me the day that changed my life, I went up to her and I was asking her questions, and she said, hey, JC, you need to go find a mentor because I cannot teach you these things that you're looking for. Right? She was like, if you want to get a resume, you want to get a job, I can help you with that. But I cannot help you be an entrepreneur. I have never done that. I do not know anything about the technology space. And so that's what I did. I set out to find a mentor. My mentor right now makes $25,000 a month residually. His mentor makes $100,000 a month residually. These are the people that I'm looking up to. These are the people that I'm looking at, honestly, that are giving me my advice and why I'm here today. For example, another doctor right here. He has changed my life. And over one day, I met him in one day, he was able to change my life, right? Because they have the experience. Not only the experience, but they have the knowledge that you need to be able to skip these hurdles, right? And that's what you need. You need that mentor that's going to be able to push you forward. Why not have a mentor instead of going through all those struggles? Right? If you can have someone skip you ahead in life, like, exactly, you get what I'm saying? Does anybody get what I'm saying? Have anybody skip you ahead in life, right? That's what I dream, that's what I pray for. Give me knowledge, right? With knowledge, I can take over the world, right? I can help you. I can help men. I can help you pay bills, right? Teach a man to fish, he can feed himself. You only give him a fish, what is he going to do? He's going to eat for one day, right? I know that's not exactly the way the saying goes, but you get the point.
Teach man fish.
Right?
You get the fucking point.
Exactly. So, honestly, I'm a genuine person, right? I'm making money in these markets because I put in that work ethic to do that. I've been doing this for 4 years, right? I started with stocks and options. Yes, I have lost money, right? Yes, I have invested a lot of time, but that is why I have joined Auvoria Prime, because not only the products they produce, but the mentorship that I get, the people that I have been able to meet, have been able to help me excel my life a lot faster, right? My homie that I've met in elementary, right? I only tell him about this. Why? Because I'm a genuine person. I do not want anybody coming in here and losing money. So I want you to learn the right way to invest your money. Understandable?
Understandable.
Right? So, like I said, I'm making good money now. It took me time to learn. I'm willing to teach y'all. My team is willing to teach y'all. All it is about getting signed up, joining into the system, choosing a robot to trade for you, right? Any questions? Everybody ready to make money? Anybody ready to make money right now?
Let's go!
Awesome. Can I shoot my gun? Are y'all feeling the energy?
Let's go.
Okay. Also, like I said, I have someone who changed my life, and I also want to introduce him. I don't want to say his name wrong. Honestly, I do not want to say his name wrong, but how do you say his name, Robbie?
Dr. King.
Dr. King.
Hey.
I want to invite him up here. He has some great words to speak and also to tell y'all, so definitely pay attention. I give this man the absolute most respect that I have. Yes, sir.
Sorry, my fault. I didn't mean.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Let's
Great.
go.
Beautiful. It's always a privilege. You know, seeing him talking. I remember myself. I made my first $1 million when I was 21. And I'm 40.
What? Hold on, say it again. What'd you say?
It's okay. I made my first $1 million when I was 21.
Oh.
I'm 40. I'm 40 now. I'm a doctor. I make medicine for the doctors. I see patients. I do a lot of other things. I'm wondering. I have a lot of different things. I've written over 8 books. And so why am I telling a lot of you this story? Just because I see a lot of us sometimes, you know, a lot of young people, they want to be. They don't want to pay the price. I see a lot of people, you know, they're so distracted, they want to change a lot of things about your life, but they're not willing to put the work in. Like the brother was saying, the beautiful thing about this industry of network marketing is that it is the only industry that has shaped America. You talk about some of the greatest minds, the 1%ers, most of them, they've been lectured through the network marketing system. Because it is the only system that has created a proven track record that could take a common person on the street, someone who've never ever achieved any success, right? And through learning, reading books, having a mentor. You know why you need a mentor? Because a mentor can see your back. You can't see your own back. The reason why everyone needs a coach, your coach can see your back, you can't see your own back.
Facts.
That is why. I see a lot of young people, I see them on Instagram, everyone want to be. But years from now will determine the people that are working on themselves. Are you reading the books? What is happening right now with a lot of young people is that they're not doing the work. They want to be successful. I want to be a millionaire. They want to go and post pictures, you know, around a Lamborghini and all of those things. Those things are material things. You can have it all. It's just making the choice that, you know what? You're not going to walk with all those friends who are just dreaming, just wanting to have fun now. There's always a price to pay in every single thing. But a lot of young people now, they're not willing to do that, right? And so, you know, I've been talking to this brother here. I have another kid here that I've been coaching and I've been talking to them. The reason why you need to slow down. Everyone want to post pictures of themselves or whatever, but they have nothing going on. What is it that God has given you to add value to the world? If you're not adding value to the world, then you're nothing. Everyone fits in the world like a puzzle. Everyone has to contribute something to life. But so if you're just running, drinking, doing all these things or whatever, what is the value you're adding? We need to begin to add value. How do you add value? We're not born with a blueprint, with a manual, right? But you going to places of people who've achieved success to a certain kind of level. I'm like, what is it they did? No one of them just got there overnight. Even the people we think, oh, they were born with a silver spoon. No. You have to put in the work. They had to go. You know, just like a tree. Plant a tree, take a seed. Within that tree, within that seed, there's a tree. But sometimes we do not see that. Within every single one. The beautiful thing about humans is that there's so much potential. But there's that, The craziest thing is that sometimes we get caught up in a lot of bullshit. As young people, we're so distracted. We're hanging around people who know they're not good for us, we're still there. And a lot of us, we have kids, and we're gonna steal the future of our kids because we're caught up in a lot of BS. We don't want to put in the work. We're just like, well, I'm gonna do this, we're going to seminars, we're doing all the things, but we're not doing all the right things. When you're left alone, what is it that you're doing? We're going to parties, we're drinking, we're doing all these things, we're abusing ourselves. As a doctor, I see a lot of young people. Today I saw like 20 patients, right? A lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. One thing that I came here to tell you all is that you need to work on yourself. When you have anxiety, depression, you cannot think outside the box. You're constantly making bad choices. I see a lot of you, you're vaping. The vape thing is poison. I know, I'm a doctor, I see this. No, I know, I'm seeing this. And so most of the time, I don't have the opportunity to talk to them or whatever. Sometimes I want to be that big brother, right? I want to be that father. I'm not scared of anyone. I can say it, whatever I need to say, right? This vaping is not good. The reason why you're smoking is because you're having anxiety. Go walk, go exercise, eat right, do all the right things. If you do not, you're going to pay the price. You're going to make all this money. A lot of you are making a lot of money. You're going to make all this money. You're going to give it all to the doctors. You're going to die broke again. It's like, you know, like why? Why do it? Why live like that? Right? So there's so many things out there. There are people writing books on how to live without smoking these things. There's a lot of different herbs. There's a lot of different teas you can drink. That vape or whatever is number one cause of so much anxiety. It's destroying a lot of people. I'm seeing it all day. I went to a conference in California, and they're literally breaking it down what all is doing to our young people. We need to stop a lot of those things. There's knowledge out there with the use of the internet, your phones. A lot of you, all you use your phone for, you're on social media. Social media is garbage. If you think, oh, it's helping you or whatever, it's garbage. If you're not just posting business, what you're doing, how to get yourself better, you're just wasting your time. But it is a trap. When we look at a lot of the celebrities, right, or whatever, we think, oh, they all have it. They're all dying of loneliness and depression just like you are. True connection is this. The number one cause of death in the world is not disease, it's loneliness. People are so lonely. People are dying of depression and anxiety. More than we know it. A lot of us, we're looking up to all these people who think, oh, they have it all going. No, most of them, they don't. So when I see a lot of young people coming together, you know, inspiring me, to come together towards a common goal, there's no greater thing than building a tribe. They say one will chase 1,000, but two will chase tens of thousands. So always coming together with all the young people, you know, in a common goal, that is the greatest thing. You do not have to know how to do it. You do not have to know how to be successful. But all you just have to do is find a few successful people. If you start hanging around them, like I had a mentor. There's a high rise, it's called the Dominion. My mentor used to stay there, and I used to go there every single day. I stay here. I used to go there every single day when I was young. I go see my mentor. I'm like, one day I'm gonna stay here. And we had over 100 young people. We'll go there all the time, like, I'm gonna stay here. He began to be like, you gotta read the books, you gotta put in the work. 4 years later, I was staying there. But you know what? All the other 100 kids, they didn't put in the work. They all just came, you know, want to dress nice, everyone want to be a star, a celebrity. But guess what? They're not putting in the work, they're not creating, they're not adding value. Social media is garbage. It's full of people that are not working on themselves. They're not contributing. That's why we see people be like, oh, Bill Gates is wanting to kill everyone. Because they say, guess what? A tree, a plant that is not productive, right? It should be cut and put in the fire. So a lot of you just think, oh, I'm beautiful, I'm this, I'm showing my this, I'm showing my that. You're not adding more value to the world. You're going to be one of those they're going to cut off and they're going to put in the fire, because these are universal principles that you must add value to the world. I don't want to do a lot of talking because I have no time to sit with that. Thank you all.
Thank you all. Give a round of applause for Dr. I do not want to say his name wrong. I know how it feels because my name is Jean-Claude and people say my name, call me Gene all the time. So I hate when people say names wrong, right? But yes, I hope y'all got some great information, right? He is on the different side of things where he's like, yo, you do not, and he's right, you do not need alcohol, drugs, or any of those things to be able to elevate in life, right? That is the true aspect of it. And that's the true aspect of life also, you know, God made your body a temple, and how you treat your vehicle is how you'll get through in life, right? Right? So, I hope that y'all got some type of inspiration from that to change your life in every type of way, not only in investing, but in your personal life, whether it's mental, physical, drinking, addiction, right? You have to overcome all of these little hurdles to be able to get to the next level. If you're not willing to do those things, then God is going to keep you at the same spot that you've already always been at, right? No matter what you believe in. If it's God or by yourself, I'm just saying, that is what I believe in, so that's what I'm going to say. Hopefully everybody here is some type of believer, either even if you don't, that's okay, right? But here, anyways, we're all here for investing, right? We're all here to make money. We're all here to change our lives and make our lives better. So that's exactly what we came here to do. So I hope that y'all enjoy the drinks, y'all enjoy the pizza. I'm going to be shooting money everywhere, and I hope that y'all have any questions, contact me, Keenan, Robbie, Brian. We have complete experience in these trading markets. We're here to help y'all and walk y'all through. If you're ready to sign up today, feel free to stay after, have some drinks, and we will help you sign up. No problem, you know what I'm saying? So, honestly, I just want everybody to have a good time. I'm a genuine person. Although this is a networking event, I want you to also have a good time, right?
Yep.
Right?
Hell yeah.
We want to have a good time while we're making financial freedom. That's the point, financial freedom. That's what I get. That's why I'm able to do these things, right? I do not have a job. Now, have I worked a job? Yes. 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with working a job. If you work a job right now or a business owner, applaud to you. But you need to be investing to change your life for the future, right? That's the whole point in this, is getting you to understand and change your life for the future, not today, not tomorrow, no matter what it is, because I definitely respect, because I know the things that I do with it, no matter if it's drinking or smoking, I do those things. Why? Because I'm masking problems, right? That stuff does hinder me from getting to the next level. Now, no, I will always get to the next level, but it hinders me from getting there faster, right? If I want to get there faster, I would cut out those things. Now, I'm stubborn, right? I am stubborn. I choose to learn the hard way. That is my choice. Right? My family is blessed. So my actions don't impact them as much. They have a house, they have food, right? Now you might be literally the leader of your family, right? No matter what you do depends on what happens, right? If you have kids, like he was saying, that's a different scenario. I am free. Don't live like me if you have different responsibilities. I'm not going to tell you to. If this is your last $1,000, do not invest into this robot. Do you hear me? If this is your last $1,000, do not invest into this robot. Pay your rent, pay your bills, and whenever you come up with the right investment money and the right mindset, then tap in with these leaders and these billionaire traders and millionaires that are in this space, and we will help you win. Right?
Hell yeah.